Hey everybody, dwilhoite here. Well, guys, girls, it is contest time.
Yes, it is. Hey, if you don't know who this guy is, you definitely need to check him out. Droid. He is a very cool dude. A Kentucky Colonel. Man, people are just sending me messages after messages. Anyway, a Kentucky Colonel, not nominated by me. I'm not really sure who nominated him to be a Kentucky Colonel, but he is a Kentucky Colonel, which makes him very, very cool. It says the Kentucky Colonel. Anyway, he's a really good guy. He's a big supporter of what I do. And for those of you who know me, know that I support those who support me 100%. So anyway, so he's having a contest, 300 sub appreciation contest. Congratulations on that, by the way. That's outstanding. Now, I'm going to try to get into this contest. Hopefully I get it right. I'm not real good at following directions. He wanted to know, he gave me a couple options, but one of the things he wanted to know is how you got into shooting, or who got you into shooting, something like that. And he gave a couple other options, but that's the one that really intrigued me, and I'll tell that story in a second. Then he wanted a couple of shout-outs to other YouTubers, because you know what? That's how we support one another. We give each other shout-outs. We support one another's channels. That's what we do. Because, you know what? I've always said it. YouTube ain't going to do it for you. You know? In fact, YouTube is going to make it as hard on you as possible. Just a fact. All right. Anyway, so I was intrigued by the how you got into shooting, because for me, it wasn't the norm. You know, usually it's somebody's father that gets them into it. Now, this is not to say that my father didn't contribute to my shooting addiction early on. But what happened was, for me, I was about 7 years old, and I think my brother was 8. I was either 6 or 7 or something like that. But anyway, my brother's a year older than me, so that would have been the spread. So I remember we were spending the summer down with our grandmother in Mockingbird Holler in 4 Mile, Kentucky, which is in southeast Kentucky, in Bell County. And we're spending the summer with grandmother, and we wanted to shoot. I think one of the boys down up at the head of the holler had a gun, and my brother and I really wanted to shoot. So she called her son Ed up, and my Uncle Ed lived in Harlan County, which it's about a 45 minute drive away from the house in the holler. And she said, you know, my grandmother was straight up hillbilly. You know, but she said, Ed, bring your guns over here. These boys want to shoot. And, you know, so, Uncle Ed packed up a bunch of guns and brought them over. And, you know, let me show you Uncle Ed. Uncle Ed was an awesome dude. He unfortunately passed away in, 1982. He passed away, as a pretty young man. And he had mesothelioma, or whatever that lung cancer that you get from asbestos, which is an interesting story in itself, connected to the Air Force. But I'm not going to get into that. Uncle Ed was very cool. He was a Vietnam vet, Air Force man. But you know what? Straight up hillbilly himself. You know, other than the time he spent in the Air Force, he pretty much stayed in southeast Kentucky from the time he was a little. Well, he was born there, and back then nobody was born in hospitals. Everybody was born in their house. So, born and raised in southeast Kentucky, and other than the Air Force, he never got any further away from Bell County than Harlan County, which is the next county over. But Ed was a cool dude. I'll never forget Uncle Ed. He comes over, and he brought like a 10 gauge. You know, remember, I'm like 7. He brings like a 10 gauge. He brings a couple of 12 gauges. Brings an assortment of pistols, and of course he had a 22 long rifle. You know, but it was really fun. You know, it was just a lot of fun, and we shot him. You know, my brother and I shot him. I think I don't think I shot the 10 gauge because even I knew better back then. But yeah, it was fun. I think he had fun. We all had fun. It was really great, and that kind of really sparked an addiction for me. Yeah, you know, and I remember Ed took me. He was the first person to take me hunting. He took me and my brother squirrel hunting across from the house up on the property in Kentucky, and I'll never forget that because I just thought that was the greatest thing in the world. I really did. Now, funny story. My father, who was born and raised in that holler as well, would never eat squirrel, and I always wondered why. He wouldn't eat squirrel, he wouldn't eat rabbit, and I asked him one time, because my dad and I never went hunting together, which really is kind of sad. You know, I would have loved to have went hunting with my father, but you know, my dad told me, he said, I grew up eating squirrels. I'm not going to eat any more squirrels. And they were very poor. They were what's called land rich and money poor. You know, my grandfather. You know what? While I'm at it, what the hell? Let me get back to. I'll tell you what. That's Uncle Ed, who's cool. Let me zoom in on Ed. Ed's a cool dude. Was a very awesome dude. But while I'm at it, what the hell? Let me get back. Hey, Mad Bad Voodoo. Yeah, I swear to God, 10 months old. You know. Oh, me and my brother. Yeah, me and my brother. And my brother's Larry to the left, and then there's me. Let's see. Gramps, my dad's father, World War I. Yeah. Let's see here. What's another good picture? There's gotta be another good picture of Ed. Oh, well, you know what? Oh, check this out. My great-grandmother, this is in 4 Mile, Kentucky in Bell County. She rode that horse until the day she died. She used to make butter and stuff, and she would ride that horse around and pedal it. Butter, she had chicken, she would sell eggs. Yeah, I never knew her, of course. She died before I was born. But from what I hear, she really was something. She was a tough old bird. Let's see here. What else we got? Let's see here. Big John. That's my dad. Yeah, in his later years, he wasn't really very healthy there, but yeah. Let me see. Oh, here's my brother. Yeah, that's my brother. He retired gunnery sergeant, United States Marine Corps. Loves to hunt. He's a hunting machine. And you know what? I guess he can thank Uncle Ed for that, because you know that was the first time we ever went hunting. Let's see here. And by the way, he's raising us boy right. That's my nephew. Him and his dad. My brother hunt quite a bit. Where's it? My cousin Julie. Julie's an interesting person. Julie, first cousin of mine, is Canadian, born and raised, and still lives. She's French Canadian. In fact, her first language is French. So yeah, I got all kinds of my family, all kinds. Oh, there's my house in Kentucky. That's my dad and his brother Bill. Let's see here. Why, I don't know why I'm going down memory lane. Oh, here's my grandmother. That's my grandmother. You know, she was quite a lady. She really was. She was quite a lady, but a hillbilly through and through. You know, she's the one that called up my Uncle Ed and told her son Ed to bring his guns over because the boys wanted to learn how to shoot. Anyway, yeah, I could go on and on about family pictures. Not real important, but Uncle Ed, here's Ed. Uncle Ed got me into shooting, and I've never stopped shooting ever since. And may he rest in peace. He was a good man, and I miss him. I really do. I really do. I miss him. I feel bad for his grandchildren. He had 3 daughters. He never had any sons, and you know, I really he's got two grandsons that he never got to know. They were born after he passed away, which is really too bad because he really would have loved his grandsons. So, anyway, there was anything too much more interesting. This guy here, real quick, Uncle Harvey, decorated Vietnam War vet. His job in the Air Force. He spoke fluent Russian. Seriously, this dude grew up in Mockingbird Holler in 4 Mile, Kentucky. Apparently he had a photographic memory. Anyway, he learned Russian fluently, and his job, he was stationed in Alaska during Vietnam, but his job was to fly over Russian airspace, him and a crew. And they listened in on Russian military conversations and communications. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. He passed away too. He's another sad loss. Definitely sad loss. A lot of the men in my family seem to die awfully early. Yeah, that's right. There's the voodoo man. How do you like that? How do you like the way my mom used to dress me? Oh man, no wonder I turned out the way I did. There's another one, the voodoo guy. That's it. That's me. Yeah, Colonel Richard Hunter. Anyway, all right. So dwilhoite wanted to have. No, it's me and the Boy Scouts. Oh yeah, and my brother. Yeah. Anyway, dwilhoite said we have to have 2 shout-outs. Okay, 2 shout-outs. Well, all right. First shout-out is going to be. You know, and off the top of my head, I want to say, you know what? First shout out is going to be, Propaganda Buster. I'm sorry. It's a political channel. I got to have a political guy. Propaganda Buster. Link below. Second shout out is going to be, you know what? Fateofdestinee. Fateofdestinee. Or as some people call her, Des. She's a very cool chick. She is. She's a very, very cool chick. I'm going to throw a third one in there. I didn't ask for 3, I don't believe. Maybe he did, and I'm going to throw one in there anyway. You know, I'm going to stick with the theme of the ladies of YouTube, and I am going to say Erica, as in Corey and Erica. I know their channel's screaming up the charts. The thing I like about Erica is how she went from being a really kind of a crappy shooter to, she reminds me of, she's like Born Identity badass shooter now. You know? Corey and Erica's a cool channel. They don't need my shout out. Hell, they got more subs than I do now. But, yeah, but they're very cool. You should check them out for sure. All right, now I kind of feel like I need to get another one in there. Damn. Damn. There's so many. You know what? Mr. 45 Bullet. Mr. 45 Bullet. He is Bill is a very, very cool dude. You know what? One more. Humans for Targets 2. Humans for Targets 2. Big shout out to Paul. He is all that in a bag of chips. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my little kiss down the family memory lane. Yeah, for what it's worth. But anyway, dwilhoite, Colonel, you are an outstanding man. You really are. You're an outstanding YouTuber. You are just you're just all that. You really are a good guy. I like the way you like to support the community. You're one of those guys that you support the community and you don't cause a lot of ruckus. You don't get out of line like me, you know, and you're just good. You're all that. So anyway, good luck with your contest and good luck to everybody that gets into it. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.